The story begins with a woman named Nicole, who goes on a beach trip with her daughter, Alice, and Nicole's boyfriend, Mike. A year passes after that trip. One day, someone is seen putting poison into Nicole's food. Suddenly, Nicole walks into the kitchen, and the person who was poisoning the food quickly disappears. The next day, Mike is at Nicole's house, and the two of them are in a relationship. Suddenly, Alice walks in and asks Mike why he is at their house. He tells her that her mother invited him over for dinner. We then discover that Alice is in love with Mike, but Nicole has no idea about it. Later, Alice asks her mother about the fish, and Nicole tells her that it is still in the refrigerator. Alice goes to the kitchen to get it, while Mike tells Nicole that they need to change the place where they meet so Alice won't find out about their relationship, because Mike and Alice used to be in a relationship but have now broken up. After Nicole serves the fish, she asks her daughter to throw away the leftovers. Nicole suddenly grabs the plate angrily and throws it into the trash. When they ask her why she did that, she tells them that the fish has been sitting there for several days and might have gone bad. Meanwhile, the cat goes to the trash can and eats some of the fish. They all sit down at the table and have dinner. Nicole apologizes for what she did and tells them that she had a feeling the fish would harm them. Alice feels that something is wrong. Nicole then goes into the kitchen to wash the dishes. There, she finds her cat dead because of the fish. The next day, Alice asks her mother if they have an enemy who wants to kill them and poison the food. Nicole tells her that she has no enemies, especially since her husband has passed away. Later, Nicole goes into the kitchen and asks Alice if she was the one who brought the watermelon into the house. Alice replies, "I hate watermelon, so why would I bring it home?" From that moment on, Nicole becomes distracted and terrified, trying to figure out who is attempting to poison her. Nicole goes to her friend, who works at the school pharmacy. Her friend tells her that all the poison containers in the pharmacy were stolen the day before. When Nicole hears this, she immediately runs home and takes the food out of her daughter's hands. She becomes convinced that all the food in the house is poisoned. Alice tries to stop her, but Nicole insists. She takes some of the food, runs into her room, and begs Alice not to eat it. Alice eats the food anyway and tells her that there is no poison in it, but Nicole still refuses to eat. She goes to a nearby store and buys a loaf of bread to eat, but she also believes that the bread has been poisoned. At this point, we realize that Nicole is suffering from a psychological condition. Later, Nicole goes to Mike's apartment. The two continue their relationship, and she tells him everything that has been happening to her. Mike tells her that he has food at his house, but Nicole insists that he must think she is crazy, even though Mike never says that. Meanwhile, Alice is at a private lesson, but she cannot stop thinking about Mike, so she is unable to focus on her studies. Nicole then asks Mike if he ever had a relationship with her daughter. Mike tells her that he and Alice were only friends. As the days pass, Nicole's condition becomes worse because she is starving. A doctor examines her and tells them that she needs proper nutrition and vitamin supplements. He warns them that if they cannot take care of her, she will have to be admitted to the hospital so they can treat her. However, Mike refuses and tells the doctor that he will stay at the house and take care of Nicole himself. Later, when Mike comes out of the bathroom, he finds Alice standing in front of him. Alice asks him to leave because she can take care of her mother on her own. She also tells him to stay away from them. The next day, Nicole goes to Mike's workplace. Mike asks her if he can move in and live with them, but Nicole refuses because she is afraid of how her daughter would react if she found out that her mother was in a relationship with her friend. The problem is that Nicole has no idea that Mike used to be Alice's boyfriend. After that, Nicole visits a psychiatrist because everyone around her believes she is crazy. The psychiatrist tells her to return to her normal life and stop being afraid of everything. Nicole tells the psychiatrist that someone is trying to kill her by putting poison in her food. He tells her that if someone is really doing that, then it is probably someone close to her. When he smells the coffee container, he notices a strange chemical odor and tells Nicole that, for the time being, she should only eat food from restaurants. Instead of reassuring her, this only makes her even more afraid. Later, when Nicole wakes up, she notices that her hair is falling out onto her pillow. At that point, her psychological condition becomes even worse. She goes back to her friend who works at the school pharmacy and asks if she knows who stole the poison. Her friend tells her that she suspects Alice because Alice was the only student who was missing on the day the medication was stolen. Nicole returns home and starts wondering why her daughter would want to poison her. She asks Alice if she has ever done anything wrong to her. Alice replies, "You're the only one who knows what you've done wrong." Nicole then goes to Alice's room and searches through it, hoping to find something, but she finds nothing. She returns to the kitchen, where she notices a pen on top of the refrigerator. Inside the pen, she sees a strange substance. Nicole immediately goes to Mike and tells him that Alice is the one who tried to poison her. Mike tells her that it is impossible and says that she really needs to see a psychiatrist. Nicole gives him the pen and asks him to have the substance inside tested so she can find out whether it is poison or not. Mike agrees and tells her that he will have it tested. The next day, while they are at a restaurant, Nicole asks Mike if he had the substance tested. Mike hesitates before telling her that the substance inside the pen was just vitamins. Nicole becomes furious. She starts shouting at him in front of everyone and tells him not to lie to her. Mike tells her that she needs to see a psychiatrist because her life is not going well. Meanwhile, Nicole continues watching her daughter's every move around the house. Eventually, Alice loses her temper, yells at her mother, and tells her to stop behaving that way. The next day, Nicole goes through Alice's belongings. By accident, she finds a love letter that Alice had written to Mike a year earlier. Nicole asks Alice if she is in love with Mike. Alice replies, "That's a question you should be asking yourself." Nicole then goes back to the psychiatrist. The doctor tells her that her test results are not good because she is showing the early signs of Alzheimer's disease. He explains that if she does not begin treatment and start eating properly again, both her physical and mental health will continue to deteriorate. He also asks her if she has experienced any emotional trauma in the past. Nicole tells him that her husband's death had a significant impact on her health, and that is why she started a relationship with a younger man in order to help herself forget the loss of her husband. Later, Nicole goes to see Mike. Mike asks her about the test results and whether the doctor told her anything. Nicole tells him that all of the test results are normal, but that she will be staying in the hospital for a week. The next day, Mike takes her to the hospital. Before she goes inside, Nicole asks him if he ever had a relationship with her daughter. Mike tells her that he and Alice are just friends because he knows that if Nicole finds out the truth, she will leave him. At the last moment, Nicole changes her mind, escapes from the hospital, and goes to her apartment in the city. When she steps out onto the balcony, she sees her daughter Alice. To her surprise, Mike is with her. Nicole gets into a taxi and follows them. She sees them sitting together at a restaurant, where Mike tells Alice that he loves Nicole. Alice tells him that she has known that for a long time. Mike takes Alice's hand and tells her that they should keep their past relationship a secret and never say anything about it in front of Nicole. As they sit together, they begin remembering the time when they were in love. Watching them from a distance, Nicole begins remembering the beach trip when her daughter was happy with Mike and it was obvious that she was in love with him, while Nicole watched them from afar with a look of jealousy. Meanwhile, the police go to Alice and ask her where her mother is. Alice asks them why they are looking for Nicole. The officers tell her that Nicole was the one who stole the medication from the pharmacy, and that she was also the one who put the poison in the food. Because of her psychological condition and Alzheimer's disease, she could no longer remember that she was the one trying to poison herself. When Alice hears about her mother's illness, she is shocked. She is even more shocked when she learns that Nicole has escaped from the hospital. They immediately begin searching for her. Meanwhile, Nicole enters an apartment building and takes the elevator upstairs. Alice suddenly tells the police to go to her mother's old apartment, where she used to live with her father before he passed away. They arrive and find Nicole standing on the rooftop, trying to take her own life because of her husband's death, the guilt of ruining her daughter's life, and the illness that will eventually make her forget her home and all of her memories. Mike runs up to the rooftop after her and begs her not to jump. Nicole tells him, "I'm sick. Soon I won't even remember that you exist." She then jumps from the top of the building. Fortunately, a police officer quickly moves a truck next to the building, and Nicole lands on top of it without being seriously injured. After that, Nicole returns to her normal life. She accepts her illness and reconciles with her daughter, while Mike begins living with them. Although Alice's feelings for Mike never disappear, Mike also falls in love with Alice again. In the end, Nicole sees them holding hands, but she chooses to ignore it and decides to focus on her health and on her daughter's future. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss our next upload. We bring you the most interesting movies and unforgettable films, all explained in a simple and entertaining way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.